Welcome back to A&M in the AM, episode 45. So we did miss a week last year. Technically, we didn't miss it.
No, yeah.
It was me, Brad, and Nick. We made up for the day on Thursday, but me and Mort, we recorded a video. It was a good 20 minutes. It was, I would say, it was a very decent video. And
Yeah,
then,
of course. I mean, they all are.
I mean, yeah, they're all good. But about like an hour after we figured out something happened, corruption and
My
file.
computer had frozen when it was trying to save the file, and I had to turn it off, and I knew that it wasn't going to be there when I turned it back on, and of
And
course it wasn't.
it was already late by that point, so we were like, whatever. We ended up just recording. Me and Brad and Nick ended up recording almost the same exact video me and Morton did just the next day. It was about the Sweet 16 or whatever. But yeah, so we didn't skip a week. We didn't. We promise. But going back to what we talked about last week, the Elite Eight has happened, or Sweet 16, and now Elite Eight is now happening. As we're recording this, Michigan is playing on Tuesday tonight
At 10
against
o'clock.
yeah. So I don't understand that, why they put the two West Coast
It's
games as
yeah, it's because of that.
the
But yeah,
only
the
thing.
one that has two West Coast teams is earlier instead of the one with just the one team. But
The only thing I've talked to somebody and they said probably it's just because Gonzaga is the number one seed, so they want to put them in the prime time. They're the
Michigan's also
overall
one
number
seed.
one. What?
Michigan's also one.
But Gonzaga is the overall number one seed, so they want to put them in prime time.
So then have Michigan on before or after them.
That's what I said. I said, why don't you just do what the Final Four is doing? You have a game at 5 o'clock and then you have a game at 8:30, not 10 o'clock at night. Like it's just like, because then that game could get over. Say by chance that games go to overtime, it could get over at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
And the thing is, really, I mean, I don't know how big of a part it plays. Obviously, UCLA and the other California teams have adjusted to the time, but
Yeah,
like that's normal time for them then, and
yeah,
that's a late game for Michigan.
very late. That's actually, like, think about it. For some guys, I mean, I know with the tournament and everything, they probably have been staying up a little later because games are literally all over the day. But like for some guys, like you're thinking about going to bed around that time because for some of them, they have to wake up early in the morning for practice. Like
Mm-hmm.
like say you played a game at like 3 in the afternoon, which Michigan has played a game at like 3 and then 7, I think, and then they played one at like 5 maybe. Um, but like they're thinking about going to bed ten and between 10 and 1, you would assume, like right
Mm-hmm.
around when they're playing. So
Or when they like the other games are getting over, like you said. But
yeah, but I don't like how that is at 10, but you know what, we'll adapt to it. But yeah, that game, by this time goes up, that game's already gonna have happened and we'll know the winner. Hopefully it's Michigan. It should be Michigan. UCLA, great shooting team in the tournament right now.
yeah,
They're
Michigan's
shooting.
favored by I think 7.5. I think Gonzaga's also favored by 7.5. Theirs came down tremendously compared to like their other how much they've been favored in other games, obviously. Um,
Yeah, no, Michigan's favored by 6.5 now.
Oh, they took it down one.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And money line is 320 or negative 320 for Michigan, plus 250 for UCLA.
But it's just gonna come down to because UCLA shoots the lights out of the arena.
They're shooting 40% right now in the tournament. Michigan's shooting 36 from three.
You can't make shots the entire time through, and if they do, then it's whatever. Just hopefully this is when the shots stop falling. But also at the same time, Michigan's got a top defense for a reason. They have a
Or
top 3-point defense for a reason. So
Mhm.
I trust Franz, Eagle Eye, and Mike to be out on the perimeter, and then Shawnee when he comes in. Johns can do it occasionally.
Terrence Williams, he could get
Yeah,
out there.
I like. I mean, obviously, again, you'd rather have livers, but like I like the ability to have Franz out there with his length on which I'm assuming he's going to be guarding the Juzing.
Yeah,
Juzing or
I would
their
think
top
so.
shooter, their top scorer. Um, so then that'll happen, and then Eli will probably get the second best.
Johnny
So
Juzang.
yeah,
Um, and that's the other thing. If it is a shootout, hopefully it can be like the LSU game where it's a shootout, but Michigan's also being able to
mm-hmm.
match every shot they're taking.
I mean, And by the way, it looks that they don't have much of an inside presence, so I'd hope that Hunter can have a big game finally, like
Or
even
even, I
bigger than
mean,
he has.
and I know we joke about this, but or even Austin. Austin's been able to come in there other than when they follow him for or follow him for breathing. Like he's been
Mm.
able to be pretty dominant. In
I,
like in my eyes,
I think too. I mean, Franz hasn't shot the ball
he's been
that
driving.
great this tournament, but when he has shot it, he hasn't made a lot of them. So I would if he's not getting them to fall, I mean maybe Eli can or Mike, but if not, then you still have Franz. Like I said, he's been scoring inside. Sean D. If Hunter's doing anything inside, Brandon Johns can score inside on them. Like I don't think they have that big of guys on the
Yeah.
inside. I think they're mostly just guard heavy. So hopefully
Yeah, I mean, hopefully
balances
they're able to
out.
pull a win, move to the Elite Eight, and they would face the
Will be
winner
Final
of
Four.
Gonzaga USC, future Piston up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly
That's gonna
people
be a
look.
really good game.
It's going to be a very good game because
I
If the
saw.
Mobley Blooders can take over, USC wins that.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if it still is. Like how I said Gonzaga was like a 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it still is, but everybody's saying that that's pretty good. Because they know that USC can keep it close because their guards can be pretty good at times. Yeah, and then the Mobley's keeping them in it. That they can match up real well with the Gonzaga big guys.
They move 8.5 now.
Oh,
Um,
still.
but yeah, USC if USC can dominate the paint, um, see it's really weird because then like Gonzaga has the shooters, so it's
Which
like,
I mean, but as long as they have somebody guarding Suggs and they make somebody else beat them, I think the Mobley brothers can stop their bigs.
yeah,
Also, like I quote me if you want, because known Gonzaga hater here, but I don't think they've seen a big like Evan
No.
Mobley.
Let me just go back through their other games here. Creighton doesn't really have bigs. Oklahoma doesn't really have a big, and Norfolk State, I couldn't even tell you.
Like to be as quick and athletic as Mobley is. I mean, everybody raves about Gonzaga's big guys, but I mean, you never know. What I do know is that Hunter beat Mobley last year in high school, but that's a different story.
Yeah, tallest guy on Norfolk State was 6'9". Oklahoma probably didn't have anybody over 7 foot. And I know Creighton doesn't have anybody over 7 foot. So, and Mobley's
I
right
mean,
there at
in
7'1".
Gonzaga's conference, they had Harms, the guy that transferred from Purdue, but he's not very good.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's like 7'2", but he's not good at all. He's the softest 7'2" person you'll ever see in basketball, probably. So I wouldn't really count him. But
No, it should be an interesting game. Hopefully, I mean, obviously, I kind of want you. I mean, Gonzaga's.
yeah, I want USC to win.
I want USC to
obviously.
win. I think it would just be, but at the same time, I don't want USC to win because then that keeps raising Mobley's draft price or draft tag, and then
Well, I mean,
kind of want him to
if the Pistons could
fall.
get top 3 anyway, then it doesn't matter.
No, but the fact is, if he keeps going, he's gonna get more. He's gonna get more and more national spotlight than he already is.
Yeah, but like we've been saying the entire time, if he moves up and he gets taken somehow first or second, you still have Suggs or Jalen Green that fall into your lap.
But I don't want Suggs or Jalen Green.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, I was probably called stupid a million times for saying that Mobley was the best fit for months, and now he's apparently the best fit.
I never wanted Cade. Everybody, no. Have you noticed on Twitter? I don't know how many Detroit or Detroit basketball like Twitter accounts you follow, but everybody's shifting away from Cade now. Everybody's like, oh, Mobley,
yeah,
or like I've seen even one or two say Kumanga maybe even as like a 3 or 4 if they want to
see. That's why we have this, and this is why I tweet things with ruthless aggression. Because if something like this happens, I can say, well, I was there, and I was called dumb. Like I've been saying for the past months. I said I hadn't seen Mobley play this year, but I just knew he was the best fit for the Pistons.
Yeah.
Now everybody's seeing him play and they're saying it. I'm like, join the party. Like,
all right. So let's move to the Final Four real fast, just for the South and Midwest, and then we move on to the next topic because obviously we can't talk about that other Final Four matchup. But Baylor, Houston. I don't think we were that dumb saying Baylor in the championship. I think they.
I had them in it.
I think they handingly get there. Houston not looked good whatsoever. I mean, yeah,
they weren't that great in their last game, but whoever they played, I
Oregon
forgot.
State.
Yeah, Oregon State was just even worse.
Yeah, and I mean they didn't look that good. I mean they looked decent versus Syracuse. They just had a big run on Syracuse at one point, but the game was pretty decently close. Other than that big run, horrible versus Rutgers. One because Rutgers just threw away the game, and obviously Cleveland State. Who cares about Cleveland State? That's an
I mean, I
easy
can't say too
answer.
much about Oregon State because they were a 12 seed that kind of made it
Yeah,
I mean,
not for no
whatever
reason.
reason, but yeah, I was gonna say for no reason.
I mean, I say Baylor wins that. I say Baylor has the top two guards in the nation, or some of the top two defensive guards in the nation. Like, I think Baylor handingly makes that. And
I mean, from day one, I said in our videos I had Baylor, Michigan, national championship. So,
but yeah, maybe we weren't as stupid saying Baylor was going to win it. I mean,
no, there was no way. They were by far the best team on that side.
which
Even
everyone
with even if Illinois would have been playing and stuff, they still would have been the best.
everyone kind of just slept on them because like it's Baylor. When was the last time Baylor was like a national championship contender? Like not really. I mean, they're always decent. They're never like, hey, we're about to go possibly win the national championship. Like, and even you still look at them and you're like, really, Baylor? Like, nah, it's not like that flashy.
They're more of a girls basketball.
Yeah, they're more girls. But yeah, Baylor, Houston. That's next weekend. Is that Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday, and the national championship is Monday. So should be interesting there. So now, so this going up on Wednesday, and Thursday, April 1st is opening day for baseball. We've talked about it for probably a month or two now.
A while.
But everything's coming up now. Rosters are getting set, and we are going to be going to the Tigers opening day. I don't know, where are we sitting at? It's behind. It's in right field.
It's like right by it's by the left field pole.
Left field pole. Okay, yeah. But Mort got us those tickets. Okay. So first off, like I gotta say something because so you got the ticket. So we had this plan that we were going. There was this bet on. I don't even know what website you're on, but it was like
points bet.
It was for the Tigers to not lose by 84 points, and any common person would be like, oh, there has to be a cap, or there has to be like a cap of how much you can put on it. And you know what? While we were talking about, I thought about that, but I was like, oh no, he definitely knows. He probably already looked at it. So like there's no way that he didn't like recognize that and then brought that idea to us. So our plan was to like put down money, and then so like I would put down 100. And then I would win 200 pays for my ticket because tickets were, I think we got them for like 160, 170 a piece. So Mort goes ahead and buys the tickets. 10 minutes after he buys the tickets, finds out there's a cap bet. You only put $50 down. So
no, you can only put 20.
Oh, only put 20 down. So even worse. So he'd only win $40. So there goes that. But like, after I talked to Quentin about it, like after I like brought up the idea to Quentin about going, even he was like, oh yeah, opening it, like it's such a great experience just to go. Like you can't like really put a price tag on opening day.
That's what I had been saying the entire time. I was like, I can't put a price tag on seeing AJ get announced for the first time as a Tiger, seeing Willie get announced on opening day
for the first time as a Tiger.
Yeah,
really.
Well, I mean,
not first time as a Tiger, but first being announced on opening day because he wasn't up
last year. He would have been. I don't know if they actually did it without fans, but I think they did. Just it was a little awkward without him. But I mean, and then to see Miguel is always a treat, and so
yeah. But
Casey Mize is gonna get announced for the first time. School Bowl.
Yeah.
So
it will definitely be. I mean, it's something I've never experienced. Have you ever been?
No, I've always wanted to, and that's why I said like I would do it.
Yeah. So the four of us, me, Brendan, Quentin, and you, we've never been to opening day, so it'll be fun to experience that.
Brendan and I were opening weekend 2019. We were like the second or third game.
I mean, it's not the same though.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Not the same as opening day. But yeah, we'll be there. And it'll be fun. It is against Shane Bieber, and he kind of owns us, so.
And that's why I said it was kind of worth it too. You can see a Cy Young pitch too.
But it'll be fun.
Just hope for the best.
And right now, I think we've talked about your opening day lineup, and it's going. I think you've always said Nunez at first, or you've been saying it, but he's down in AAA now.
No, yeah, well, yeah, my last one. Oh, it wasn't the recording that we didn't have. I had said that he wasn't going to make the team, and then I put Miguel there. I think like the last one I had Miguel in there too, though. I said if Nunez made it.
A couple things I was seeing before. It's officially announced Miguel is starting at first, right?
Everybody's upset as if AJ hasn't been saying it since December that Miguel was starting on opening day, but apparently everybody just. I mean, that's the weird thing. I just want to say real quick, everybody's so happy to have AJ Hinch, but they just don't believe what he says or listen to what he says or read or anything. Like, no, I manage the team. I call the shots from my bedroom. Like, no, I'm gonna go on Twitter and say Miguel's not starting because he has bad knees, and then get mad because AJ Hinch said he is.
Yeah,
like. He's been seeing since December because that's when he said in December, he said if Miguel's 100% healthy, he's playing first base.
Yeah.
Then he said Willie's my shortstop. Everybody's like, nah, Miguel's not gonna play. He's gonna DH all season. Willie's probably gonna go to AA, man. I'm stupid.
But Miguel is starting at first, and Willie is starting at short. And as far as it looks, a surpriser that a lot of people were hating on him, even during spring training when he was doing. But Alik Badu is possibly going to be starting in right or left.
He's not
field.
going to start.
Oh, he's not.
No, he's not going to start. No.
Is that confirmed?
Everybody thinks he is, but again, it's the same bedroom managers that keep putting him in the starting spot. It's going to be Victor Reyes. It's going to be Nomar Mazara DH. It's not that hard to figure out. But it's just everybody's been watching such a bad brand of baseball in Detroit. I think they just forgot how the sport works or something. I truthfully don't know what's been going on, but
I think though that Badu is gonna get a chance to start opening.
Yeah, he's gonna get starts for sure.
Weekend.
He's just not.
I think
he's just not starting opening day because I can guarantee you, for one, AJ Hinch doesn't want a guy that's never played above A ball to start against a Cy Young.
I do understand that. I think opening day, I think they're definitely going to try to find out who's going to be that what right fielder, because Grossman's in left.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try Mazzaria,
and he's
Reyes and Badu. They're going to try to. I think
he's going to get a lot of time anyway when Victor Reyes gets sent down when Turnbull comes back. Victor Reyes is just a placeholder for Turnbull's spot.
Is he though? Because I saw that
it's either that or if one of the starters is doing terrible.
I thought they were gonna send down one of those pitchers because then they would send Fulmer back to, or then they would.
Fulmer's already in the bullpen.
Well, no, and then they would send one of their it's one of those new pitchers we brought in this offseason.
Yeah, if it's either Urena or Tehran.
I think it's Tehran because Tehran was the one that they opted.
He was signed to a minor league contract anyway, so he was kind of expecting to be in Toledo, but he did good. And it's probably just going to be whoever's not doing good out of them. But I would also think it's everybody's been saying Victor Reyes because there's no point in having 5 outfielders.
Yeah.
And then two utility guys that can also play outfield.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no point.
I mean, because then Harold Castro right now is in big talks that Nunez will replace him if Nunez is tearing up. Well, see, the problem is AAA is not happening for a month, because they postponed it for a month so they could have the taxi squad.
And that's what I've been saying. That I was like, first off, Nunez was late to camp.
Mm-hmm.
Second, there's a month before or a month between anyway, so nobody's gonna be doing good down there.
I mean, they don't even have a chance.
There's no point in worrying.
They really don't even have it. I think that Nunez would have made the team if he would have been there all spring training. I think he easily would have made it over Harold Castro. Easily. 100%.
I don't know, easily. Harold plays 7 positions. Nunez barely plays 1.
But like, do you need 2 utility players? I think one good utility player in Goodrum is decent, and then having a guy that, because right now you have 3 guys that can play first. You have Goodrum, which they were slating Goodrum. This isn't one from your like sweat bedroom guys. This was from a verified account. I just can't remember. Somebody said Goodrum would be at first if Miguel didn't start at first.
Yeah, I'd been saying that too. I said that all offseason. I said Willie at shortstop, and then Nico gets the first base spot.
But
that's considering if he hits.
Yeah. But now they have so right now our 3 first basemen are or 4 if you count Harold Castro. You have Harold, Miguel, Goodrum, and then Candy. But I don't think they want to play Candy over at first. I think they want to really get him reps at third.
And Scope.
And Scope, I guess. And then bless you.
Thank you.
So I don't know. I would like to see Nunez up.
I mean,
He
yeah,
played amazingly last year. So
I'm not for a rotating first baseman
yeah,
either. But if the guy didn't perform in spring training, then the guy didn't perform. I mean, I don't care if you think he's gonna hit 30 home runs, because what you think and what he does is completely
true.
opposite.
You're right.
Dude went from Baltimore,
Hmm.
kind of tiny place.
Yeah.
He's trying to hit in Comerica Park, trying to replicate 30 home runs and stuff. Like, it's not gonna
Well, I'm not
happen.
saying replicate it. I'm just saying performing around where he did last year. If he can perform around
And
there, then it would be decent for the Tigers.
and I don't know the nerd numbers, and everybody's freaking out that Harold got the spot. I don't know the nerd numbers, but I do know Harold hits the ball, and
Yeah.
I think he gets on base. Like I said, the nerd numbers probably say he doesn't walk enough, so his on base percentage is probably low or something. But all I know is Harold puts the ball in play, and that's all you want.
And the thing
It's
is,
better than Ronaldo Nunez going up hoping for a home run and not getting
all
it.
right, so your bench right now is obviously Harold, um, Goodrum, Alik Badu,
Do
Grayson
and
Griner,
Griner.
and then
That's it.
we're just carrying 4 guys on the bench. All right, so you got
Well, or I mean, if you want to count, I mean, Victor Reyes or Mazzaro.
oh yeah, I forgot because of the DH and everything. So yeah, Victor Reyes or Mazzaro. So I mean that's not bad. You got two of those utility guys there. You got your catcher, and then an outfielder. So I don't know. It'll be
I just think yeah, everybody says the utility, but Harold, what I was saying the other day, Harold's a left-handed utility guy that can play everywhere. He's always a late game defensive replacement and everything.
yeah.
Nico has the switch hitting ability, has the more power.
Hmm.
Harold, as I said, carries the hitting ability.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody's freaking out utility guys, but at least it's not like the exact same utility guy or the Andrew Romine who just brings the positions and absolutely nothing else. So
No, it'll definitely be interesting to see how this first weekend goes because I think AJ is gonna try obviously a lot of different things. He's gonna try
AJ's making them feel uncomfortable, and it's working.
who?
So I don't know why everybody's so upset about it.
He's making who feel uncomfortable.
Just everybody moving him around,
Yeah.
not knowing what to expect. Everybody's saying he's not naming guys positions because he has nobody to name. Maybe he wants somebody to beat somebody out.
Yeah.
Wants to get the best out of guys. I mean, the guy's a top 3 manager in the league for a reason, and everybody's just falsifying everything he says and does.
So it's definitely going to be interesting. Our pitching our pitching looks decent. Are you happy about? Obviously, you're happy about Mize because you were all for Mize. He's finally up.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the
He just
5-man rotation. So
he's just gonna look
you
bad.
think so?
If he looks the way he did against his last start in the Blue Jays against the Blue Jays, he'll be good. But
Did you watch the game
I think
today?
he's gonna be up and down so much, so shaky. I mean, he lost again today.
Yeah, I was gonna say, point that out that he lost again today. So as of right,
I want so badly for him to at least be average, because I mean, we knew last year, and he's running away with it. Scooble's the better pitcher out of the two.
Yeah. the one person because obviously we had like when you talk about pitching process, we had the big three, Schoolbull, Mize, and Manning. I'm really interested to see how Manning comes out of all this because as of right now, he's kind of the odd man out. Obviously, he still needs more time. He hurt himself last year and everything, so he needs more time and everything. But I'm interesting to see if maybe if like Mize struggles being up and then Mize becomes the odd man out and Manning's able to dominate being down low.
It could very well happen because everybody's been saying for years that Manning's the better one out of all three. It's just if Manning can stick. Manning's only got 3 pitches. It can't command them very well sometimes. Doesn't have a lot of the movement. Everybody was thinking for some reason he was going to make the team this year after signing 3 free agent pitchers. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know what to say to people.
Right, so Mize is slated to have his first start versus the Twins on April 6th. So I think that's a good first game for him against the Twins there. In my opinion, I think it feels like a good one for him.
Yeah. the Twins aren't as good, but they'll still probably do something, especially with it. It's probably in Minnesota, so.
No, it's in Detroit.
I mean, maybe.
First six games.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say he's terrible. I'm just saying I'm not writing him off by any means. I'm just saying like he's got to figure it out somehow, and just want him to. I mean, it's obviously because he was the first pick.
Yeah. Obviously,
if he wasn't, if he was Fiato's spot, like it's whatever.
Yeah. He has a lot of.
But the fact that it was a whole season dedicated just to get him, Pablo Sandoval gift wrapped him to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
he kind of.
That's
he
why,
has pressure on his shoulders to be good,
and he's not getting any younger. I mean, yeah, he's only like 23 or 24, but it's like, yo, you got to start doing something.
It's kind of like, and don't call me out for this, but it's kind of like Torkelson. Torkelson did horrible in the spring training, and it's like you have so much pressure on your shoulders to do good because we did bad for you to do good for us.
I'll give Torkelson a little bit of wiggle room there because that was his first real action since last year. Yeah. He obviously, like I said, he didn't play last year after he got drafted and stuff.
He just had this.
They only played a few games in college seasons. Like I'll give him a little bit, but just to be that bad was pretty sad. It's just now he's gonna have to show it even more in Double-A. That's why I'm saying like Mize just dominated the minor leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just another one of those pitching prospects like Joe Jimenez did that too.
Yeah. And isn't him?
He's now back in Toledo. He didn't even make the team. He was an all-star just because they had to have an all-star, and they gave it to him instead of Castellanos. So now he's not even in the major leagues.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think you have to have an all-star.
No, you have to have a representative.
Oh, you really do?
Yeah.
I honestly.
So it was down to him and Castellanos didn't get it because they had too many position players. So they gave it to Joe Jimenez.
I really did.
And I don't even think he played.
I did not know that was a rule that you had to have a representative. Yeah,
because then at the time it was gonna be all just Astros and probably Indians because the Indians were so good at that time. But it's like now the entire All-Star team would be Dodgers in the National League.
Yeah. No, because you got the pot. I think you.
Yeah, I mean, but a majority of them, probably like 7 of the starting 9 would be Dodgers. Outside of Tatis, maybe Machado or somebody.
Yeah, that isn't.
And that Tatis isn't even a guarantee because Seager would get a lot of votes.
No, I think Tatis would win that. It's popularity. Come on now.
Well, probably, but I mean, if Dodgers fans can get 7 guys there, they can get him.
But coming back to what you said about Mize, he is 23, so you're right. He's not getting any younger. But again, 23,
which is, I mean, it's still extremely young.
Yeah.
Considering he started, I think he started at like 18 or 19. Yeah. Well, actually, he would have had to go through 3 years of college, so it was probably like 20.
Scooble's 24.
21.
So Scooble's right there with him.
Yeah. And so is Manny, and I think Manny's probably 23 now.
22, 23,
the same thing.
Something around there.
Faedo, I think, is the oldest. I think he's probably 25, but
still, I mean,
if not, he's 24.
It's one of those things you need to figure it out now before it's too late.
Because they've built the whole entire future around the 3, possibly 4 guys. So, I mean, and obviously everybody knew they all weren't going to pan out.
Yeah,
but for really just one of them panning out right now isn't that great. And just being school.
You really
could say Manning, but he doesn't show a lot against major league guys. Faedo just had Tommy John surgery. So
it's one of those situations where it's like you're taking chances on a big 3, but the chances of all them hitting are slim to none. But if they do all hit, you're the greatest GM ever. But if they don't, then
that's the same thing with the position players. Everybody's set. Oh, Torkelson and Riley Green is going to be all-time greats, and then a few others. Like everybody's forgetting about the Cabrera that they drafted last year.
Yeah,
I still want to see him.
No, I want to see.
Everybody's trying to trade or release Willie. One of their actual young players is actually doing good. They're like, nah, he's doing better than the other guys. He's got to go. We're supposed to be seeing trash guys.
It's still weird because it's like, what do they want to do at the future of shortstop? Because like obviously you have Paredes. Paredes can't play short. I mean, he could if you force him to, but said
he's gonna do some. He's gonna do some of that in Toledo, but not very much.
Say he's a second or third baseman for you there. So who do you have to play shortstop? And then it's like, okay, Torkelson can play third or first. So, and then, oh yeah, we did release Sergio Arganda, right? Yeah,
Alcantara, yeah, he's with the Diamondbacks. I think he actually got dropped. I think he went to the Cubs
yeah,
or
he
something.
did.
No, he didn't go to the Diamondbacks. He went to the Cubs, and then I think they got rid of him.
But
He came from
he
the
kind of showed some
Diamondbacks.
promise last year in the 1 or 2 games.
He was never going to be a part of
Yeah,
future
again,
plans
yeah, he
anyway.
was young, but yeah, I remember you even saying at the time that he wasn't going to be a part of future plans. But I don't know. It should be interesting what they do. Thursday should be fun though. I think it will be.
Like I hate to break it to everybody, but to put I'm putting Derek Hill, Daz Cameron, I don't know, maybe Faedo, Jake Rogers, all in a boat. There's probably some more. All in a boat, as in like just they're not panning out. I mean, I don't want to write Faedo off yet because he can definitely be a great bullpen arm, but the other guys for sure are just writing them
I mean,
off.
I
It's
thought
like
we
they're
already
never
kind of
going to be anything.
knew that. Cameron and Hill and Rogers were kind of just done basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and the writing was on the wall for the two of them because Derek Hill goes through stretches where he couldn't hit a beach ball, which I don't blame him. But then it's like then you have Cabrera coming in. They still want Parker Meadows at some point. I don't think it's gonna happen. You have Riley Green. If Badu sticks around, it's like then they keep signing these other these free agents. It's
Yeah,
just something. It's not all of them gonna pan out. Everybody thinks they're all panning out.
You can't get every.
It's not the NBA. You can't just draft your entire team and have them all work out.
Because the thing is with baseball is there's so many positions you can't. With basketball, it's like okay, you got a good 5 to 10 guys you can focus on. Baseball, you have a good 25 to 100 guys you have to focus on.
And guys are going to be great their second year. I mean, obviously because they're playing professionally right away, like in the NBA right away. But it's just everybody thinks it works like that where they just instantly
And
pan
it's
out.
like
Or they all pan
it's different because college baseball compared to college basketball are two completely different sports. You can somewhat compare college basketball to pro basketball on a little smaller level. It's like semi. It's like it's the semi pros to G League, which is still decent. But college baseball compared to
some of the college teams could definitely beat the G League teams.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Which is coming at my point. But like college baseball, I don't think I don't even think 3/4 of college baseball teams could beat.
Vanderbilt would kill
Vanderbilt.
The Rangers.
That's different.
Orioles.
That's different. That's Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's one of the best programs in the nation ever. But like you get what I'm saying. Like college baseball is a lot different from college basketball in the sense of you're playing a lot tougher competition, and it's just like it's evenly distributed. So, but yeah, Tigers will be fun to watch this year. I made my prediction about a month or two ago. I think I said 96 and something. 96 and 60, 96 and 70. I forget the exact number. But yeah. I say we're going for a big playoff run this year. A lot of the players think we are, so I'm with them. I'll ride.
I'd be fine. With it, but I'll settle for at least 70
wins. Okay.
And a silver slugger for Willie.
What's your prediction for opening day? Shane Bieber versus Matt Boyd. Indians have fallen apart this offseason.
Yeah, the Indians aren't that great, but it's Matt Boyd.
True. And it is Shane Bieber.
And the Indians weren't that great last year too, and they still won a lot of games against the Tigers.
But I
would hope that the Tigers could win it.
I feel like Shane Bieber's in the same position that who was it? Syndergaard or DeGrom was in a couple years ago, where they were just winning all these, or they were pitching amazingly, but they couldn't win games because they had no defense or they had no offense around them.
DeGrom.
Yeah, DeGrom. So,
I mean, if Boyd's getting outs like his last start, then they should definitely win it. But it's just still Bieber. Maybe Bieber doesn't want to bring his best stuff opening day. That'd be great. But maybe he'll remember what Willie did against him last year, and he won't want to do it. He won't want to show up. But
hey, if it's a rough game, you have a driver. Just know that.
Yeah. I'll have to take his shots for every home run Boyd gives up because you know it's gonna be 7.
But yeah, we'll be a chilly.
Just a third little wrap up note, completely off topic, but we did mention the NBA. I just got a notification that Drummond's making his Lakers debut tonight.
Thank you so much more. I love you.
Not tonight. Sorry,
Oh,
Wednesday. I
Wednesday.
forgot
Okay,
what
I was
day
about
we
to say I
were
didn't
on.
think they were playing
Sorry.
tonight.
I mean tonight video
All right,
wise.
tonight video,
Yeah,
okay.
I then I started thinking about it. I was like, wait, no, tonight's.
I honestly,
Wednesday.
I guess we can talk about that just real quick. I think it's gonna be while while Davis and James aren't there. I think he will be a decent fit. I did see that he's gonna be splitting minutes with Gasol. Don't know what that's all about.
I tweeted it and I'll say it for here too. I still won't be able to watch them until LeBron and AD come back because
I'm just
Drummond and Kuzma on the court at the same time is just terrible ISO ball waiting to happen. The ball is just gonna sit still. Not gonna be a lot going on. Both of them are gonna try to be ISOing guys. It's just
hey,
it's gonna be
it'll
rough.
be.
But I mean, when LeBron and AD are back, it'll be a different story.
I think this is the perfect situation for Drummond. Everywhere
It
he's
is.
gone, he's had to be a 1 or 2. Maybe you can even say he was a 3 in Cleveland.
But now he's gonna think he still is.
I think once Davis and James get there, he'll finally have to accept that 3 role. And then once Schroeder and Harrell start, like once they kind of take that, then he's gonna drop to a 4 or 5. And I think that's where Drummond will truly flourish. Getting maybe not as many points anymore, but he can strictly just get those rebounds and pass out.
My only question is, did he do it for the ring and then hope he gets a monster payday? Because obviously they're not going to have enough money to resign him.
Yeah, I think he did it for the fact of if he can perform well enough on a championship team or on a championship caliber team, because with how the Nets are going, I don't even want to get on that topic. But
yeah,
if he can perform well on a playoff caliber team, then he'll show teams like Dallas or Boston or.
Yeah, I still think the Mavs are the ultimate spot for him.
But I think teams that have the money that would go out and sign him, I think he played well on a playoff team. He figured out how to be a number 3 and number 4 guy. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in for a deal.
You mentioned the Nets thing. That's why that was kind of a little weird. I mean, yeah, I guess he would be able to dominate in the paint against a lot of teams because they're all guard heavy. But like at the same time, then if it's a guard heavy team like the Nets or maybe Jazz, I mean Jazz have Gobert, but I would say Nuggets, but Jazz they have Jokic. But like
Jazz aren't guard heavy anymore after Aldridge and Blake and Jordan and Durant and
the net. You're talking about the Nets, but yeah, I mean, but still, I'm perimeter heavy.
You're right.
Joe Harris, Kyrie, Harden, KD, and it's like then you have Drummond sitting down low. I mean, that like I said, that means they both have to get to the finals. I'm not saying they both are because I said the other day I think the Jazz, the Nuggets, and the Suns are all better than the Lakers at this moment. That was before they got Drummond though, so it's a little different.
The one thing that I mean, obviously Drummond has faced like Jokic, Gobert, and he's faced those guys before, but it's gonna be interesting to see how him being on the Lakers now and facing those guys more regularly is going to be.
He's going to get pushed to the test. He can't be lazy around
because it's
LeBron
it's like honestly in the East, don't really have that many dominant centers. Bam.
No.
If you want to call Giannis, because Giannis would go against Drummond a lot, obviously, but like you don't really have a dominant center in that each. Vucevic, really the only dominant center. I could be forgetting like probably a lot of good guys right now. Capella, he didn't really face Capella because Capella wasn't really over on the East until this year, and Drummond didn't really play that much this year. But yeah, he really has not gone against too many.
Yeah, there's not many other. I mean, Randall's a big guy, but he's not really a center.
Like he hasn't really faced that many great centers, so he's really gonna be.
Miles Turner,
Sabonis, but yeah,
probably be out there too.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how he bodes well against other 7-footers. Because it'll be the first time in a while that he's consistently faced 7-footers.
As long as he knows he's just there to rebound the ball and play some defense, he should be solid.
I mean,
but
I think
it's just if Pistons Drummond shows up where he thinks he can do everything.
I think perfect situation here for Drummond. If you have a mismatch in the paint, call for the ball, post up, score it. But if not, you stand in that paint, don't get 3 seconds, stand in that paint, get the rebound. If you can put it back up, put it back up. If you can't, pass it out. 3, bang, get back down the court, play some defense. All you gotta do. Fundamentals of basketball. But
that's a lot to ask for him.
But yeah, I think we went out on all that for a little bit too long. But if you guys could
I just wanted to mention it, so at least that's out before he plays his first game.
Obviously, Michigan game happening last night after we already recorded this, but tonight when we were recording this. So good luck to Michigan, and hopefully you guys won. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys can like and subscribe, that would help us out a lot, and we'll see you guys next time.